see.
I don't know if I like my filters. It's still too low.
What is low?
All right.
Hey, IQ at $1.75, sir.
I know, I'm loaded up with it.
You loaded up yesterday?
Yeah, I've been loaded up, but I added some more today. AMD came off in that spike. So I gotta check a fill. I don't know if it filled right. Right. We are live. Live. Should I put music on? I don't know if I like the music anymore.
I'll check your stuff.
Are you putting music on your streams?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Should I put music on? I don't know if I like the music anymore.
Oh, your mic is like weird. Check your stuff.
Is it low? Is it high?
Is it like it's
Are you putting music on your streams?
not good? Do you have like a webcam mic that is on or something like that? It does not sound like your mic that you have in here. Go check your stream. Your mic is
like an echo or something?
no, it's like it sounds blown, you know? Like it sparks. I like your stream. Let's go.
All right, so check now. Is that better?
Sounds
Or it is
blown, you know? Like it sparks. I like your stream.
My filters, I still don't know. All right, so check now.
It's still like that.
Is that better? Or it is blown?
I can hear all your mouse clicking and everything.
Let me restart it.
Yeah, try to do that.
Let me come back. I'm gonna restart it because it's probably my filters. But let me restart it. See,
Yeah,
I'll probably
just
remove them if they're not working.
Hmm.
Yo,
Hey, you back? I'm gonna. Your stream up is up or?
Oh, not yet. Yep. Mic check. All right, cool. I think running. Stream. Check my audio. Mic check. I think my filters are still messed up.
Wait, it's fucked up.
Yeah. Actually, might be my internet.
What did it say so?
Said it might be my internet.
No, I'll check it. That's.
Yeah, I think it's getting a lot of dropped frames right now.
What did it say so?
I said it might be my internet right now.
Now it's not. Now it's not like it was earlier.
Does it sound better?
Yeah, way better.
Well, I think it's internet. Yeah, I think it's getting a lot of dropped frames right now. Is that your voice
Yeah.
you're hearing? Is that why it sounds better?
Yeah, that's why. 100% that's why. Now it's not. Now it's not like it was earlier.
Does it sound better?
Yeah, way better.
Oh, yeah, it's working now.
Yep.
I think it's internet. It's just dropped frames. All right, cool. Well,
It's good.
working. So let's get the market.
Oh, you also have hashtags on your stuff? On the streams?
Yeah, I don't know if it helps, but I figure I may as well. Because you know what I noticed when the market's bearish, there's a lot less interest compared to when the stocks are on fire.
Yeah.
But look at these stonks. What did you see today? I mean, other than 20% stocks in a
Well,
day.
I see. You know, it's kind of funny, right? We discussed the oil stuff. We looked at the futures, the forecast, and everything. And then we almost kind of got close to the area we talked about. Like burnt oil went down to $61.
Brent.
Yeah, Brent, yeah. So it's gonna get interesting if it keeps on dipping. But this is
Do you have an opinion on oil?
well, my only thing with the oil stuff is that if if it goes down to the area we talked about like the 50 area or something like that, um, well, still could buy. We talked about Aker BP, Equinor in Norway with the oil companies. They will probably be at the good prices then. So it's quite interesting. because they're so cyclical anyway. But well, let's just get back to the IQ stuff because that's the interesting stuff today. Actually.
First, let's look at the high volume list. IQ technically isn't the most interesting. What IQ is up? It's not going down anymore because a buttload of it.
Oh, because you got a boatload of it, now it's not going down?
No,
Okay,
all I'm
alright.
saying.
That's good to
All I
hear.
thought. Um, so my theory is that we took out the all-time low and that we're in a massive long-term like double bottom.
Hmm.
And what we're in right now is a wedge. We're in a double bottom and we're in a wedge. So if we can close above 180, that will be proven somewhat accurate. And I will be very happy because that was a lot of selling. Like since 250, the stock was since the stock price of 250, they took IQ down 8% or something like that,
Yeah.
which is excessive.
Yeah, like when I was looking at, like, of course everything was going down, the market was going down, but IQ was in free fall compared to a lot of the other stuff.
100%. Let me put the Bollinger Bands, but man, I'm so glad. Right now, IQ is still outside the Bollinger Bands because there's no relief. Up, Ray. There's no relief on China. They're still pressing China.
Yeah.
So I still think I don't even want to say what I think because I'm so in this one that I've already calculated what I think I'm going to make on it. So I don't even want to think. I've already done the work. But I'm super bullish on it. Oversold. It's in panic mode. It's what it is. Happy.
Well,
I
yeah, and
just know if this thing pops,
it
I'm
also
getting new highs in
has
my account. So
the crazy volume, right? Like this volume has been just going crazy with the last couple of days, of course, but before that as well, it was gaining a lot of volume.
wow. I didn't notice the volume, but this is huge volume.
Yes.
So don't know if it's the bottom, but that would be a great time for that to be a bottom. A dollar. See, I don't know if you know this, but a stock that's under $5 is considered a penny stock. When
It's
I was a
like,
stockbroker,
yeah. Yeah, go on.
we weren't allowed to trade anything under $5. Some groups, some institutions, they won't even be able to touch something like IQ until it's a $5 stock.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to know.
I think Peter Lynch talked about this, like head function head function. Oh my, it's hard today. Funds and like big players is not gonna touch something that is really small, and that's why they won't talk about it
Yeah,
before it gets big.
yeah, from a market cap standpoint, it's only $1 billion IQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.6 billion. They won't even touch it. And the
So,
oversold conditions getting relieved.
hmm, let me
What are
see.
you gonna say?
I just looked at like compared, like AMD have had this big push today, and they're like up 23%, and they have less volume than IQ has today. AMD has 73 million, and IQ has 89 million. Like, that is very crazy, and also, yeah, they're tiny, right? Market cap, like evaluation is 281 because they have enterprise value, I mean, because they have that big debt. So what's your
Yes.
look at, because we look at a lot of companies, like, and you also looked at Lyft, right? That has more cash than debt. You looked at PDD that has way more cash than debt. Like Baidu has way more cash than debt. Uh, but what make, like, I know the growth story with IQ, but when it comes to the amount of debt they have, which is now bigger than the market cap, what's your outlook on that?
I'm buying the earnings power. I'm buying
Mm,
the cash flow because have you looked at McDonald's before? You look at the balance sheet of McDonald's.
no.
You should check it out. I have negative book value. So I don't want to go. So would you buy a company that has no cash and negative cash and full of debt? Is negative book value? I wouldn't want to because if they went into bankruptcy, there's nothing for me, an investor. But the earnings stream and the dividend is why McDonald's is so expensive, so valuable. So that's the earnings stream is really the most important part.
Mm,
So there's two different ways to value a company. What do they already own in their accounts? And what's the earnings power of the company? So uh, I think the tangible book value we see on TradingView for IQ is not not exactly tangible book value because it is. But you have to factor the stuff they put in investments. They have investments, long term investments that doesn't show. So
mm,
that's what I kind of noticed about IQ. So it's not like a straight cash play. But if you trade a company just because of the balance sheet, you're trading a cigar butt, you're usually going to get a double or a 50%, and you're done. And then it either keeps going or it pulls back depending on the earnings power. So like Palantir didn't go up because of their balance sheet. Palantir went up because of the earnings power.
yeah.
Period. Apple was cheap in 2003 and 2008, but ability of a company to put more cash inside of it, but we really want to focus on.
Mm.
So, you know,
So
there was one I was.
when
Go
it
ahead.
comes to Lyft, you both have the cash position and also the earnings power.
Yeah, I would say I totally. Let me see. They have 2 billion in cash. I'm looking at right now. 4 billion, 4.7 market cap.
Yeah.
That's good. Let me see the article on Lyft. Investor, activist investor and recession may disrupt focus on robotaxi as robotaxis consume core market. You guys worried about that? Yeah,
Mm.
so Lyft is 9 PE, growing double digits. They have 2 billion in cash. But they have 1.26 in debt. So it's actually not as much cash as we think. So
Yeah.
the what is that? 20% cheaper because of the cash. It's still some cash. So instead of a $4 billion company, it's a $3.5 billion company. But they're cheap, and they're a little cheaper because of that. So I like Lyft. I own some. My worksheet says to own some. I think we'll get the worksheet because now that Tariffs news is a big thing. These Chinese stocks haven't really moved as much. Big movers are Canadian Solar's up 16%, AMD's up 18 according to this. I don't know if it's
AMD
supposed to be
right
real time.
now is 23%.
Yeah, I thought it was off. Oh, Snapchat is up.
Yeah, they have done well today. 20% at the moment.
So PDD, yeah, PDD is still on my list. You gotta, it will really shoot up higher if they figure out what happened with the tariffs. They're only up a little bit.
Yeah. But PDD was the company that has Teamy, right?
Yeah, PDD is technically a bargain, but it's in China.
Right.
PE is 7 right now, 7.8. It's on my worksheet. It wasn't on my worksheet, but it recently, because of the sell-off, it popped up again.
Yeah.
They have 45 billion in cash. The stock is almost 50% cheaper. Not quite. That's a good one if you're looking at cash-rich companies that are growing. This has a little bit of everything, unless
Right.
the tariffs don't come off.
And also it's currently under the 1,000-day.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I traded this one when it was 25. I think I got a quick double and ran.
Oh, wow.
I was at 25, went to 50. This thing went to 150. So I didn't even like leave a runner. I just ran. I should have sold half. Kept making money for free. I think this will end up going lower, dude. When I look at the chart,
The PDD one, yeah.
I think it'll be $60. Don't ask me why. I think they take it down. If I'm wrong, this will be a bull flag. But the way it's set up, and from what I read, there's a loophole that Temu takes advantage of, and they save money because of that loophole in postage.
Yeah.
And I think they'll get hurt by that. Like anything that ships stuff across the country, I'm worried about. I'm just gonna go with that for now. I don't need to trade Emu to get the same growth. If I'm worried about that, that's kind of what that's me. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Even though the numbers are amazing, Temu, PDD, Temu, $84. It's really worth $66 because of the cash, and that could be a $500 stock. A 9-bagger.
PDD.
At PDD.
Oh, well. But it says on Seeking Alpha that it's estimated pretty decent growth, like 15 to 20% EPS growth and around 20 to 15% revenue growth.
Yeah, that's a potential 9-bagger, but my worksheet finds out where the value is. Then I have to do the homework to understand the business. You know, do they have profit? Is it sustainable? So like Intel is supposed to be an amazing deal. However, when I did my diligence, some red flags came up. Off-balance sheet stuff, the fact that they keep failing at profitability, they change CEOs. That sounds like a loser to me. So I just 55,000 stocks. There's 500 in the S&P. I don't think it's a slam dunk, so I move on. Okay?
Right.
So I know Gerald likes it, so Gerald can trade it. I got too many stocks to choose from, so I pass on Intel. That's just my opinion.
Right.
I couldn't
So
I could I couldn't get a slam dunk on it.
so then I get a little bit curious while we're watching Chinese companies, and let's see what Baidu says in the sense of. Do you think PDD then is a better? It is a better buy than.
It is in
Yeah.
Baidu.
Yeah.
So Baidu, for some reason, according to my worksheet, you should make the same amount of money in Baidu and PDD. They're both 40% figures.
Mm.
PDD and Baidu, in theory, should make you the same amount of money. That's what my worksheet says. Would I rather own Baidu? I think so, because one, they own IQ. Two, it's like the Google of China, and that means advertising, and China's down right now. I mean, I could buy both, but I don't think it's the fastest horse. I would buy Baidu. IQ says it's a 23 bagger. IQ price could be $40 in 5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm focusing on IQ as my speculative China play. Stone is a 24 bagger in Brazil. That one makes loans, so I know it's not that easy. There's going to be weakness coming if we go into recession.
Yeah.
I'm looking to get back into Stone in size. Canadian Solar I have, but I don't have it. I don't have a big trade. It's up huge. That could be a 40 bagger. But I still think I have to dig deeper because their margins are weak. You
Yeah.
see how I'm trying to figure out what's a fantastic business? Warren Buffett says. I want to be greedy, but I want to make sure they're fantastic.
So did you add the Opera to your worksheet?
Yeah, Opera's here. The 37% CAGR, 7x potential, $100 future price.
So I did look some more into the Opera stuff. And
what do you think?
Well, the only thing that because they have been gaining traction with Opera GX browser and that kind of stuff, and more advertisement, so they get more revenue from that. But one of the main reasons for Opera's revenue is through search stuff on Google, like their partnership with Google, and that's about 40%. It has been higher amount of their revenue, but that's like the only thing. So they renewed their contract for 2025 with Google, but I don't know if like if Google doesn't renew their contract for 2026, it might look interesting, you know, because then suddenly you have like 40% of revenue go away.
You're saying they have risk.
Yes, at the moment it seems like they have it. If my stuff is correct, yeah.
Would you not buy it, or you would buy
it? Like you have been saying, I have a little bit too many stocks on my radar to. It's so many things I want to buy. So and Opera is not like. I think buying Opera under the 1,000 day, I think that will be great. Like I don't think that's a stupid decision because they sit on a decent amount of money. They have like $1 million in debt, and I think it's 127 million in cash. And the business is like 1.2 billion or something like that. So I do think it's still a good buy if we get to like around $10 or something like that. It will still be a
Cool.
great buy, and they have great growth numbers.
Wow, it's only a 12 PE.
Yep.
Or, I agree with you. I put an alert. I put an alert at $11.
Yeah.
Leave it there. If it tanks there, I'll be surprised, but looks like free money at $11.
You remember that yeah, so I think that's kind of the case. Like if we get the price, I think it's a nice buy or a trade if somebody wants to do it. But what I did look at a mistress of ours the other day. You remember Huya, right?
Mhm.
Huh?
But what about it?
Just that it's been falling and it's not getting up at the minute.
Oh,
So my thoughts was to keep tracking it and kind of if it were to just fall apart even more because it has been in the area of
all right.
like
Let's. There's 10 minutes left. Can we bump a Huya because it's not in play?
yeah.
I'm more interested in the exciting stuff because Huya is not exciting right now.
Yeah.
Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia is up huge.
It's one big green candle on a lot of this with Tesla as well, 22, Intel 18.
Delta Airlines is up big today too, 23%. That one, I don't trade airlines. I don't trust them. But I think, I don't know if it was Delta Airlines or one of the other ones. It looked like it had good financials. Bring that out. Tesla up, but I still think it's overvalued.
Well, isn't this like the #1 rule to not trade airlines?
It depends on the person.
Yeah. I saw
One of Buffett's rules.
yeah, I saw Nick talked about that he thought you might get like a if you get a pullback, he would long even more for the end of this week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thought on it, or are you gonna?
If the market went down, would I buy more? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, or if it just like keeps on pumping through this week.
Oh, all right. Let's look at the S&P. Huge day. I had marked some gaps.
Yeah.
We have a bear flag that broke down and confirmed it was a bear flag. I'm expecting them to fill the gaps. Probably what's going to happen is today was a big deal. People are going to see the news. People who missed the bottom are now like, holy F,
Yeah.
missed the bottom. I know people who were trying to buy that probably didn't buy. So there's going to be a follow through probably tomorrow or a doji. But I'm curious to see where it finds resistance. Like if I'm looking at the S&P, we are 2% away. But I want to see how they run it. I don't know how China is. They just paused tariffs on, I want to say, 75% of the world.
Yeah.
Let's see. Global US reports rank by category.
Well,
This is what people have been talking about. Hey, what?
Well, they paused the tariffs, but they still have like 10% for all of the other. Like it's still gonna be 10%, but that's way less than everything else, so it doesn't matter too much.
Did they pause that? I have the tweet on my cover, but
Yeah, it says. Let's see here. have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%,
Oh,
also effective immediately.
so there is some tariff, but it's a small.
Well, yeah, compared to China, that has 125% right now, you know.
Okay. China is 13% of U.S. imports. Mexico and Canada, 28%.
Right.
I guess I would have expected more. So right now, the only bad boy is China, right?
Yeah. So
Or
what?
90%. What I'm saying is there is progress, right? Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what the market wanted, because up until that, people kept saying nothing's changed, nothing's changed. You can't be bullish. You can't be bullish. Nothing's changed.
Hmm.
So now we've got something to like hope for, and I think what's the volume on SPX? Big volume, not the biggest. Today's not over though. So a 21%, 21% dip. Statistically, very viable, because I don't know if you saw the stats we were putting out yesterday and the day before. If we look at the bullish percentage, or the amount of stocks that are above the 200-day moving average, we rarely get this low. And every
Yeah.
time we get in this range, we're close. We're close to we were at COVID lows in the bullish percentage. I mean, just, yeah. 15% of stocks. COVID got to 6%, 5.66. So the fact that people were selling stocks so hard is pretty fascinating. And let me see where the 2000.
I just thought that like when we came into the third day, and then it just like we had a little bit of green, and then it just shat the bed. Like yesterday, I mean.
We almost got to 2008 levels of pessimism. And if we look at X, is that coming down? Has to be.
Yeah, it's at 33.
Yeah. That looks pretty good to me. There is junk. Are they pushing that up? Wow. Oh. If they get rid of more tariffs, or they negotiate the heck out of them, they run it all the way back up. We're close.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
Well, you have
some trend lines.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you have the song where we're not buying too much if the Wix is well under 30, right?
No, that's not how the song goes.
No. If it's already over 30, you gotta buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went over 30. If you didn't buy something,
you missed out.
You regret it now. VIX is over. If the VIX is over 30, time to get dirty. If the VIX is over 30, and the VIX is high, you've got to buy.
Yeah.
Play it right now, just because.
Oh wow.
You pig music. Play it. Play it. Here we go. Boom.
It's pretty crazy, but you know, SMCI has been doing quite well on this. And in the last couple of days, SMCI is up. Last 4 days, they're up 34%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced that it's that easy for the semiconductors, but somebody hit some reaction to the music. I think it was Ray. I mean, this makes me bullish on China because if you wanna, you've never felt peak panic. I think we went through peak panic. Where's FXI? I could be wrong. We don't know what's gonna happen. Is Asher ETF. Ray says semis probably have a lot of headwinds still. But my theory is that turn this down. My theory is that have you looked at the Chinese ETFs?
You mean FXI and KWeb?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that gap on KWeb.
So if you look at KWeb divided by something like gold, KWeb for China is at a historic bottom, like a 20-year bottom.
Oh, wow.
So they've inflated gold, and China has not participated in this latest USA bubble. Now, maybe what I'm worried about is that they hurt China like they did Russia. Worst case, something bad happens with China versus US. That's the risk. So it's probably not the smartest idea to go too heavy into China. But if you look at, Charlie Munger was huge into BYD. There's people making money in China. BYD was huge. I'm looking at monthly chart of BYD, and that was like an $8 stock at 10x. Or I think Charlie Munger says that was one of his best trades ever in the amount of like dollars he's ever made. Well, yeah, because they bought it in 2009. That was like $4. Right. If we look at HSI divided by gold, thing. So the Hang Seng index, I remember in 2007 that thing ripped up. That's where all the money was made back then. HSI. I remember a lot of these Chinese stocks. Everybody wanted them, and now it's never reached that peak, ever again.
Yeah.
Especially not with in inflation adjusted. In 2018 we went up there, but because of the money printing, it should have been higher. My theory is we're going into a weak period for the U.S. And, maybe that's good for international. Hopefully that includes China, and I'm hoping it does.
Yeah.
CNY, the Chinese yuan, just like Norway. Like Norway should do fine. Is down.
Well, Norway will probably do well because also they have the fund, right? Like the sovereign fund, and also if the commodity cycle comes back and oil gets really expensive again, it's gonna do really well for the currency.
Yeah. Well, as long as the dollar sucks, all of them will do well. Like even peso will do well. Peso doesn't look horrible. You look at euro, same thing. That could be bullish. So I guess we'll all be watching the metals. Platinum is something I've been watching for a long time.
Yeah, I remember you
I
talked
think the
about.
metals will boom. Yeah. One. That looks to me like a laggard. You know, like Bitcoin leads the other coins.
Yeah.
Bitcoin leads Ethereum, and then that Bitcoin money spreads into the meme coins eventually.
Yeah.
I think that's a good analogy for the metals. Like it's gold first, then silver, then
Then
the
copper.
rest,
Yeah.
and then copper. Copper's
Wasn't.
linked to China.
Yeah. Wasn't that aluminum prices going pretty much down?
And track aluminum. You track it?
No, I don't really.
Wow. The market is closed.
Yep.
Everything do. AMD 26%. If you just invested in AMD, you bought yesterday and held it through today, you beat the market. And then you can sell out and put it in a money market or liquidity funds. You're done.
Yeah,
You're done for the year.
it's crazy.
23%. You get 23% for the year. You did great.
But that's why we're doing IQ until $20, sir, or $40.
Yeah. I think insanity. My small aggressive trading account is up 52% today.
Oh, what?
And remember, a lot of that is IQ. Other stuff. I don't have any shorts off. So I guess let's see. What's the moral of the story? Took off the hedges. A good time. I did take some pain. Monday and Tuesday were kind of volatile. I took off my hedges on Friday. I was just guessing. I didn't have a. Do you look at Bollinger Bands?
If I look at them, I have them up a lot of the times. When I look at the chart.
What settings do you use?
The 50.
What settings do you use? Okay, cool. Same as me.
Yeah.
Dude, the Bollinger Bands were pretty damn useful in this panic.
Yeah, and also the indicator that we made.
Yeah, let me put that back on. Yeah. Oh, the double oversold indicator, RSI and Bollinger Bands, it was going nuts, right?
Yeah, 100%.
3 signals when we rallied, and then 3 signals. So 3 signals, 3 days of double oversold seems to be a good cue. Mental note. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
No. 3 double.
I didn't expect Snapchat to pop 22% though. Wow.
I expect more. Snapchat's a bargain, dude.
I know.
Oh.
It will have it has great growth numbers. It's for next year and 2027, it's like almost 50% of what estimated.
Wow. If that's a double bottom, I'm gonna wish I bought more. It's a good look, but still, part of me still thinks we go lower. Do you know how? All right, we got to do this. I go back to IQ. This is this is it's eerie to me that they took IQ all the way to 167 and lower.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of all my stuff. If we look, I was never expected it to go back down that low. Make an all-time ever low. That's the lowest it's ever been. Historic low. What if that's the lowest low we see for a while?
That we don't know though.
We don't know.
But the thing was that when I bought yesterday, right? And I was just like the market opened and I saw I had cash in my trading account. And then I was just like jumping over it because I saw it like dipped quite hard to like, I think I got it at like 1.71 or something like that. And then I looked at it a little bit later and I saw it's like, oh, I bought now because now it's just keep on dipping. So I think the lesson there is to, you know, if I got the money,
There's no lesson. There's no lesson. There's no lesson. Don't kick yourself, dude. Don't worry about 10 cents or whatever. Why are you being so hard on yourself? If this is the bottom and you're one day off, you're really gonna get mad?
Nah, that doesn't matter.
No. Act like don't get me yelling. Get me yelling. You're crying about one day. Look here. If you look at when it was here before, it went from $1.66 to $8.
Yeah, that's a crazy
10 cents matter if that happens?
No, it doesn't matter,
You're
sir.
Be mad if you
Sir, it doesn't matter, sir. Sir.
You know how many times I've been wrong? All the time.
Yeah.
You're gonna cry about 10 cents? Friend.
It's also kind of if in the range of like if you take in account for Peter Lynch's stuff with tangible book value that you're about like 30% below or so, 30-40% below tangible book or.
Yeah, I mean that's how I got. That's what makes me mostly excited is that when you factor in their book value, that's what makes me the most excited. I didn't want to talk about this. What were we talking about before? There's something else. Oh, Snapchat.
Yes.
Snapchat has a all-time low of 492. I do believe this is just me guessing, and I did this before, and I really threw the pooch. But I would not be surprised if they take Snapchat down one more time
to those levels.
I thought like this with Palantir, and it was a big mistake. But I'm mentally preparing myself that Snapchat could drop more and hit 5 one day. I'm just gonna suck it up.
But the thing with Snapchat though is that it has a forward PE of 20, like compared to a lot of the other stuff that we look at that is around 7 or 8 or even IQ that is 5.
But,
so
well, AMD and Snapchat are same situation.
Right.
Oh man. So this weekend, or maybe 2 days ago or yesterday, I was feeling kind of down. The market was pretty wild, and I was just like, what if I'm wrong? What if it keeps going? And I found an old Palantir video.
Right.
I found an old Palantir video, and the forward PE ratio was 40 when Palantir was $7.
Oh well. Hey,
at the bottom when Palantir was $7, when I should have been like, oh my gosh, this is the bottom, load up, because it went up 12 times, 1200%. There was it had a forward PE of 40, 2 times the PEG ratio. we're looking at Snapchat with a 20 PE, so half as expensive. AMD 20 PE, half as expensive.
Yeah.
And there should be no doubt. What's up,
And
Gerald? There?
Yeah, exciting today.
You alive?
Yeah, like gangbusters. I was it, it was interesting. It you had to react.
Your old cold heart beat a little?
Just slightly, a little bit. I was and anticipating and trying to figure out which one to take off or whatever. But I let some go, and then I kept I had to close some. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Whether the ones I left
What was the
on.
most exciting stock for you? What was the most exciting
Apple.
single stock?
Apple. Mm-hmm.
Why was it exciting?
Because I caught it. I caught it just
You're in it?
Huh?
You think it goes all the way, close the gaps?
Yeah. I caught. Yeah, it was nice to catch that one. That was good. And Meta too. I caught Meta. Oh my god. That
Apple
one.
would be good to watch because they have a lot of, was it 80% of their manufacturing is in China, and they didn't get rid of the tariffs in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge one to watch.
Yeah.
Meta, yeah, it closed the gap. Interesting. I wonder how many stocks close their gaps.
Yep.
Oh, Google.
Now it's just
closed
dealing
a
with
few.
this spiraling volatility now. Yeah. What do you think of the volatility now, Sal? Now that it just dove.
Volatility?
Yeah, it dove in half, right? It was like 60 something,
Yeah.
and then just went.
Hey, how many times have we been? Well, not you. How many times have I been super bearish, and then collapses like this?
Yeah.
More often than not. Bro, don't they do this more often than not? They just collapse
Yeah.
versus a crash.
Yep.
I
Hiding
gotta.
in a crash is a bad business.
Yeah, and then the one that I had to step into was Chevron because man, they beat it up like 9 to 10 points. I was like, what?
King, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm.
No.
I gotta go.
Oh.
I have work in just some hours, so I gotta run. But it was nice to talk today, and I'll load up on more IQ, sir. I'm just joking. I speak to you guys later. Have a good time.
Later.
Bye.